Draw Stuff with Roger.
Hey guys, today we're going to do some Studio Ghibli-ish grass. So we're going to make a brush that does this. So first off, we're going to jump right into it. It's going to be a grass kind of like these. We're going to do the background black and fill it. And then we're going to get some white. And what we're going to do is use the fill brush. And we're going to make a shape that kind of looks like grass. That did not work. That's too close to the edge. That looks just about right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a gray middle, or a little part in the middle. It doesn't have to be very big. It's just to kind of change the color a little bit. So when you see grass, you see a little stem in the middle. So it's kind of just to create that. And we're going to export that. I'm going to name it AA, or try to anyway. I think it's going to come out AS because sometimes it just autocorrects. I'm just giving it that A title so it's easier to find afterwards. You can give it any kind of name you want. Now I'm going to put it in a file, and I'm going to find my ToonSquid brushes, and I'm going to put it right in here. Now I'm going to go to my grass, so I've made a file down here, and I'm going to click on new brush. I'm going to go to edit. You can go to rename when you're ready to rename it. And I'm going to go to the shape, and I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to go to the add, import from file, go down to the ToonSquid, go down to brushes, and I should find it near the top, and there it is. All right, now I'm going to import it. I'm going to take a look. Yeah, that looks pretty straight. Grass is not as straight as this. So I'm going to go to this scatter, and I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. And I'm going to go to the size, and rotation actually first, and I'm going to put on some jitter so that the top of the grass kind of moves around. I'm going to put the spacing a little closer together. You make it kind of overlapping a little bit at times. You can kind of play around with this when you're done and see what you like. So I'll put a little more scatter in so that the tips kind of change. I'll do a jitter on the sides as well so that the grass doesn't look as uniform, because when you look at grass, it never looks all the same. It's always just a little bit different. Now, you can also, well, I think I'm going to put a little more jitter in here. You can also look at the color dynamics and the wet mix and change all this around if you want. Usually, I will try and change the hue or saturation or brightness a little bit. So this will just give your grass a little more depth. You're going to have a base color you pick of like a green or a yellowish green, and it'll kind of stretch in either direction from there. So there we go. We're going to call that done. I'm going to add a new layer. And I'm going to put some light blue sky in there. So I'm just going to go and fill it. And I'm going to go to our brush that we created. We didn't name it yet, so you can go and hit that rename, or you can do it the way I'm doing it here, which is to go into edit and rename it here. What are we going to call this one? We're going to call it grass. And we're going to put a space in it just so it looks a little bit different. Now sometimes Xing out of here is kind of a pain in the butt, so you got to kind of click on the screen, and it messed up what I called it, but it doesn't really matter. So we're going to go in, we're going to pick a green, and we're going to draw. And usually I would do a drawing under this. Usually I would do a brown or a different color, and I wouldn't draw grass on the same layer. I drew the sky. This is just kind of to show you guys what it's like, so that this is not a 20-minute video. Instead, it's a 5 or 6 minute video. So it's kind of creating that for you guys just to see what it'll look like. And if you have a bunch of different grass brushes, you can use them all and kind of combine them, and it'll give an even more realistic look to it if you can mix them up, and you can make brushes with little curves in them so they look different. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for drawing with me.